Hello, everyone. I'm Baptiste, the Hallmark Guy, and today I have the pleasure of being able to talk with Rhiannon Fish. Hello, Rhiannon. How are you?
Oh my gosh. I was just saying, first of all, how much I love your name. And then second of all, like your tagline or, title, The Hallmark Guy is so fabulous. I am obsessed.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It actually started as a class project, and then I decided to continue doing it. So
Oh my God. What was the project?
it was a intro to podcasting class. We had to do 3 episodes of a podcast, and I came up with it.
Oh my gosh, that's adorable. And it just stuck. I love that
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, so I'm really happy to be able to talk with you. You have a
So,
new movie called Aussie at Heart premiering tomorrow on August 15th on Hallmark Channel and then next day on Hallmark Plus. To start with, what can you tell me about the movie and the character that you play?
I've had the pleasure of making a few Hallmark movies at this point, and for me, this one was really, really special. I had a few standouts. Nikki and Nora was a standout for me, and this is another one that's like, oh, my movie with Tyler, A Picture of Her. That was another one that I really loved. This was one that was like right up there for me. It was just magic. I think sometimes we have the absolute pleasure of just, striking something that's just really really special, and I think Daniel and I found that. Of course, we have the most wonderful character in the world, Australia, as our backdrop, so that made it super easy. Both of us are He is obviously Australian. I'm Aussie at heart, in that born in Canada, grew up in Australia. And so for the two of us to return home to make this movie, that part of it is like a little bit of a love letter to Queensland, and the beauty of it felt very, very special. The story itself follows these two lawyers, ex-lawyers, that you know worked together, and then something catastrophic happened. Something really, really bad happened that made not only them go their separate ways as people, but also career-wise. Like, they both completely changed paths, and then they are thrust together in these tiny quarters of a yacht and forced to work through their problems, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, so obviously you mentioned you grew up in
Yeah.
Australia. How is it to be able to go to Australia and kind of showcase the Australian culture to the American and Canadian audience?
It is an absolute pleasure. I love that country, and I love the Gold Coast too. It is such a magical corner of the world. So at any opportunity we get to show the world, hey, this is in the Australian backyard. It's a pleasure, because I know not everybody can go there. It's like really, really far. And things get expensive. I totally get it. People have family that they have to visit with. Like, a lot of things will probably come before they're able to go to Australia. So to be given the opportunity to show people what Australia looks like, yeah, it's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, and so how did you get involved with the movie? Was this Hallmark say, "Hey, we know you're from Australia. Do you want to do this movie?" How did that happen?
I was actually working with that production company. So the production company is called Steve Jaggy Productions. They're amazing. I've done several movies with them at this point, and I was with them at the time shooting A Royal in Paradise. It was like our third movie, which we do for GAC, and I was already there. And they were like, seeing as you're here, we were thinking of asking Hallmark if they would hire you for this Aussie at Heart movie. So it all just came together in this incredibly serendipitous way. Like, it just felt like it was meant to be.
Yeah. And so I tried to look it up. I couldn't find out. Do you play an Australian in the movie or
No,
someone who travels there?
great
Okay.
question. Yeah, no, I play the only Aussie in the movie is Daniel.
Okay.
Oh, and his brother. Those are the Australians.
Yeah. So, and did you have to, because I looked up on IMDb, I know you
Yeah,
were on Home and Away when you
correct.
were working in Australia.
Yeah.
Did you pick up the accent when you were living there, or did you have to fake it on Home and Away?
No, see, I'll be so interested to hear what you have to say, because you have such a good accent and you can
Thank
totally
you.
like, I don't think you'd ever lose it. How long, where do you live now again?
Kansas City,
Kansas. Okay, and how long have you been there?
2 years.
2 years. And how
Yeah.
long where were you before that? Like, where's your,
I grew up in France for 25 years before moving here.
exactly. So you'll never lose it. And I imagine like your parents both have the same accent. Does your
Y-
sister as well?
Yeah, I'm obviously the one who speaks the most English out of everyone in the family. But yeah, they have if they speak English, they'll have a little accent.
Cute. I think it's so sweet. I love when
Yeah,
people have accents. And so for
yeah.
me, when we moved to Australia, my parents still had, obviously, they have Canadian accents or
Mhm.
American or whatever. I then was copying my parents and how my parents speak. Like that's who you generally emulate
Yeah.
when you're younger. So my sister and I both never picked up Australian accents, which I'm grateful for in my job now. However, when I was working in Australia, it meant that to be on Home and Away, I had to learn an Australian accent, which was
Mm.
very, very difficult. But it was the only way that they would hire me in
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. So you didn't get to use that skill on that movie in this
No,
movie?
I hope that they will. I would love to do that. I'd love to do one sort of where the roles are reversed, where it's like an Aussie girl
Yeah.
and like an American guy. I
Hmm.
think that would be
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah, I've watched that. I'd
Yeah.
love to see you with your Australian accent. I watched some few clips before the interview of Home and Away and it was a very good accent.
Thank
So
you.
great
That's
job.
so nice to say. I don't think I can do it anymore. It's
Oh,
like gotten really lazy and like, yes, we'll see.
yeah, I'm no good at accents, so I couldn't even try.
Thank you.
And so your character is American in the movie.
Mhm.
What is we talked a little bit about what
Yeah.
reunites her with Daniel's character, but what more can you tell me about her?
Her best friend, who's played by Lana, who I just adored. I absolutely loved working with her. She's also in Melbourne Match. She's like
Mhm.
really coming up, in my opinion, through the Hallmark ladder. And I think Hallmark's very lucky to have her. She's an incredible person and actor. So her character invites Samara to come help organize her parents' wedding anniversary
Mhm.
because she's now working as an event planner. And that's what she agrees to obviously go help her best friend. And that's the other thing that we sort of reveal about Samara through the story is that event planning is her following her heart. There's this, you know, a storyline that sort of plays throughout where her dad wants her to have a job that is like steady income and guaranteed, all the things that parents would want for their
Yeah.
children. I'm sure mine do. And then when you choose something like the arts or in any way creative, like event planning,
Mhm.
it's unstable, or it certainly can be. So there's a few really cool scenes that I related to Samara with, where it was like fighting for what you love. I think that's something that I've done in my own life, and I know a lot of people have. If any way you work in the arts, I think sometimes people discourage that. So it was nice to see a character on screen fighting for a job that she truly loves.
Yeah, I love that. And I like to know all the kind of behind the scenes of what happens during production. Is this a movie that you shoot fairly recently? Something that
Great
you shoot
question.
a long time ago? Yeah.
Yeah, because again, it's all over the place. Like you never know how long ago something was. This was a relatively tight turnaround for
Okay.
all intents and purposes. This one we shot in, well, we were just saying it was like right around my birthday, also your sister's birthday. So I think we started around March 14th and then
Okay.
we shot into April. I think, or maybe, yeah, around then.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty tight turnaround.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like around the what we hear all the time, like 14, 15 days
exactly.
shooting. When
Exactly.
you're filming, would your background in soap opera and Home and Away help you with the tight schedule?
Great question. Yeah, you're a smart cookie. Yeah, those soap operas, especially the Home and Away and Neighbors, you don't have time to mess up. Like you have to show up, you have to know your dialogue. You're lucky if you get two takes
Yeah.
of your coverage. And I think it was like a master class for me in that. Because the same thing applies if you're shooting a movie in the last movie I did was 12 days. And like that just means there's no time. And so it taught me that lesson that you show up, you know your stuff, regardless of how little time you have. So yeah, it absolutely served me in ways that I'm so, so, so grateful for.
Yeah. Yeah. And so did you shoot the movie close to where you grew up in Australia? I'm not very familiar with the whole Australian
Totally
map,
fair.
but
I'm also not familiar with the map at all, like the world map. I don't have a clue. Sometimes people are like, "So whereabouts in like?" So I'm in Vancouver now.
yeah.
I don't know where Vancouver is in Canada. Like if someone
Okay.
were like point at it on a map, I don't know. So
No, as long as you know where you are, that's good.
sure,
No,
exactly.
Which city you are, you're good.
Exactly. No, I grew up in Melbourne,
Okay.
and Daniel grew up in New South Wales, and then we came together for this one on the Gold Coast, which is arguably, I mean, all of Australia is beautiful, but the Gold Coast is like it's the pinnacle of Australia's beauty, I think.
Mhm. Yeah. And so how did it feel to shoot with Daniel, to have kind of two, you said he was born in Australia, you grew
Yeah.
up in Australia, to have kind of these two Australian band together to lead this movie? How did it
It
feel?
was the best. I think I'm just a real sucker for Australians. There's just something about them that just melts my heart, really.
Mhm.
They're, for the most part, um, they're just nice people, down
Mhm.
to earth, don't take themselves too seriously, but also work really, really hard. So I of course saw that in Daniel and then every member of the crew, because it's an all Australian crew making this Australian movie. That it was just, yeah, the greatest pleasure to work with a bunch of Australians and to be led by someone like DanielIssing was fantastic.
Yeah, and this is kind of the year of Australia on Hallmark because we
I know.
had a match in January. Now we
I
get
know.
Aussie at heart. Sometimes it's the year of Italy,
I
Greece. Sometimes
know.
this year it's the year of Australia.
Exactly. And I was so sad. You should have seen me. When I saw the post for Melbourne match, I think I called my parents and I was like, what is this? Like, I am so sad that I didn't get to be a part of this movie. And I totally get it. That's the thing about the industry. It's a lot of things are going to go your way. A lot of things aren't.
Mhm.
But that was one I was sad that I didn't get to be
Yeah.
a part of it. And so when this one came around, I was just absolutely, absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, because how long before you start shooting do you know you're going to do the movie? Because Melbourne March premiered in January. You shot this one in March. How
Mhm.
early did you know you were gonna do it?
I think there started being like quote unquote whispers of it in January. That's when I
Okay.
heard that
Yeah.
it looked like they were going to go into that one.
This is yeah, like you said, a very quick
Totally,
turnaround.
totally.
How early before shooting do you get the script and you can start learning the lines and all that?
I will say that this production company, Steve Jaggy Productions, they do a really good job. They honor actors in a way that I don't often see, where
Mhm.
they will give us a week of rehearsals, and that is unheard of. So yeah, that really, really helps us. We'll get the script usually like right before rehearsals start. That's fine. But on other productions, you'll sometimes get it the weekend before you start shooting.
Mm.
So Steve Jaggy does it in a way that then will come into the office and just for as long, like, 9 till 5, we'll rehearse, if not longer, for days leading up to production, which I really think then you see reflected on screen,
Mm.
in a way it's good. It's a good way to run a business, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
And we don't often think about the rehearsal part of it. You feel like they learn their lines, they show up and they shoot it, but yeah, you have to rehearse all that and
Exactly. And then also to just build, like Daniel and I had a chemistry like that. Like it was
yeah.
just, we didn't have to work for it. I've had that experience with a few other actors, but still, like to step on set for the first time, be meeting this person, then saying lines opposite them. And in some ways, often, as you would know, you're thrown into like, you're not shooting in order. So you're shooting a scene at the end of the movie. The last job I just finished on day one, we shot our big kissing scene. So I just met this man
Mm,
and we're
yeah.
kissing and it's just awkward. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
So at least when you've got a week of rehearsals, it feels less awkward to jump into those. I mean, it's only Hallmark, so it's not, anything
Yeah.
beyond PG.
Yeah.
But still, it avoids that sort of awkward getting to know each other on camera at the same
Mm.
time.
Yeah. And did you know Daniel before starting working with him?
Oh, I'd never met Daniel. I, of course, knew of him.
Yeah.
And he was somebody that was definitely on my bucket list of wanting to work with. There's a few guys over at Hallmark that I have my like Hallmark bucket list of men and women. That's the
Yeah.
thing. You don't get to, not that often do the girlies get to be with the
Yeah.
girlies. But yeah, there's a few people on my list, and Daniel was definitely one of them. So I was
Okay.
absolutely thrilled. And I hope more than anything we get to work together again.
Yeah. Now I'm curious about the bucket list. Can you tell me some people who are on the
Oh,
bucket
oh
list?
my God, oh my gosh, of course. I really thought that, and we might not be in the same category, and I totally get that. I respect it. When I did the Hallmark Christmas Con, and to meet Paul Campbell, have you interviewed
Mm.
him?
No, not I haven't gotten the chance yet. I'd love
He's
to.
He's so funny.
Yeah,
And that to me is just that's my favorite quality in a person, especially like these days are hard on set.
yeah.
And if you can come up against somebody that just kind of in a wonderful way makes light of everything.
Hmm.
Yeah, he is somebody that I would absolutely love to work with. I think he's a brilliant writer too.
Hmm.
Him and Kimberly,
Yeah.
I think they're doing amazing things for the network. So if in any capacity I could work with them as writers or, also opposite them on screen,
Hmm.
they are top of my bucket list right now.
Yeah. We have to make this happen because I can see it actually. Like I can see the poster with you and Paul on it.
I
I can
would
already
love
picture it.
that.
So we need
Thank
to make that
you.
happen.
Yeah.
While we were talking, I kind of did the math in my head. So you filmed in
Yep.
March, April, which is fall in Australia, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it's a summer movie.
Yep.
You pretend Finland fall. Was it difficult to pretend or was it very hot? Because
It was
Australia can be
so
very hot.
hot.
Okay.
Again, great question, because usually we're playing like the opposite season.
Yeah.
Whatever we're dressed for, assume it's the opposite temperature.
Okay.
It was still hot in Queensland.
Hmm.
It was actually the perfect temperature. We were all so very grateful that it wasn't any hotter and that it
Yeah.
wasn't any colder. It was perfect.
Okay. Good. So good to know like they did not like overheating or like
No,
super cold.
exactly,
Like
exactly. No, and it's never like that. It would be like we'd wrap shooting a scene and then we'd all go jump into the ocean. Like
yeah,
that's how perfect it was.
perfect. I love knowing all that behind
Yes.
the scenes. Helps me like connect even more with the movie. So I love that.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, and is there a scene in the movie that you're or like something that stands out that you're especially excited for people to see tomorrow night?
It's the chemistry. I when I watched it back, have you seen it yet? I forget.
No, no.
No. And you'll have to let me know because I may be just in my own world thinking that something else happened on screen. But I watched it and I was like, whoa, I believe these two characters. And I said that when I was talking to Daniel yesterday when we were doing some interviews,
Mhm.
and it was just going toe to toe with him. He's such a good actor
Mhm.
that there's became so much nuance in every scene that it's just a pleasure to watch these two characters. That's what
Yeah.
I sort of felt. Again, I know I'm biased. Um, but that would, yeah, I look forward to hearing what people, if the chemistry comes across to other people, it is how it read to me. That's what I want people to see.
I'm sure it will. I saw the trailer, I saw the little sneak peek, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. And
Thank you.
I'll let you know, but I'm sure it's gonna
Yeah.
be great. And is there any funny moments that from shooting that you like to talk about, share? I always also like to know those
Of
little things.
course. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Whatever. Yeah, I don't really care. Um,
Don't don't get in trouble for me. Don't get in trouble.
No, no, my goodness. Um, is that at one point we had, and it's all safe. Trust me,
Okay,
we always have all the safety protocol you could ever need. I mean that so
of course.
sincerely.
Yeah.
And they needed shots of Daniel driving the boat. Totally
Mhm.
fine. And like the real captain was there. We had the safety, everything. Daniel did boating lessons before we did it. So he goes down into I want to say cockpit, but that's for a plane. I don't know.
I do not
What
know
is
how
it?
it's called.
Wherever
The deck. Deck.
some kind of
Yeah.
deck, some kind of
Yeah.
something, where he's driving the boat, and like he has no idea what's going on the rest of the yacht because he's in there, he's focused, he's driving, steering the
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I'm in hair and makeup, and we hit like, oh, it's like, whoo, what is happening? I'm sitting on a chair. I go flying up into the air, land on the ground. There are people, multiple people are throwing up. I'm as white as a ghost. There's a few different, this lovely, lovely girl that was like on set wardrobe. She's gray. Everybody, like, we're really fighting for our life on this ship. And then Daniel comes out and he's like, "Oh, how good was that? That was so fun. I just steered the ship." And we're all like, "Mate, that was not fun at all." So,
I love that you just did the accent, Daniel.
you guys, it was awesome. Yeah. But you know what it's like if you're driving the car, you're not going to
Yeah.
get motion sickness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was for sure. That was one of the more wild experiences I've ever had. And then moving forward, I went up to the director and I was like, under no circumstance is Daniel allowed to steer the ship again. He's done. We're not doing that.
So now I have to look for the scene where Daniel is
Driving the
steering the
boat. And you
yeah.
won't even see, it'll just be like of him. Like he could have just pretended. Like we don't
Yeah.
know. You know?
Yeah. Is it like for an establishing shot or
Yes,
something?
Do you work in film?
No, but I watch a lot of them.
You're so clever. I really
Thank
mean
you.
that. Like the fact you
Thank you.
even know the term establishing shot, like a lot of people would not know that term.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, no, it was for, which isn't even in the freaking movie. It was a drone shot. And just in case they saw Daniel, or maybe the drone shot is in it, but you can't see Daniel at that point. They could have put
Hmm.
the real
Yeah.
captain. It would have
Yeah.
been fine, whatever.
That makes for a funny story to be
True,
able to share
exactly.
now. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because have you been able to see the movie yet?
I
Or okay.
did. I watched it. Yes, yes,
Okay. Yeah, so you know exactly what's in it and what
yes,
made the cut. Do
exactly.
you does it when you shoot the movie, is there a lot that often doesn't make the cut? Like you shoot more than what
Yeah.
is in the movie?
I think it totally depends from film to film. This was
Mhm.
one where we didn't, the film was actually running short,
Okay.
meaning that like they always have somebody on set called a script supervisor who's
Mhm.
essentially timing everything to see, amongst other, they do many,
Yeah.
many, many other things. And this movie was short. So everything we shot basically went into the movie and then some. But other movies like this one I just shot, we were way over. And they put scenes in almost with the intent to cut them. So that will be different. Um, but yeah, this was not that circumstance at all for this one.
Yeah. So maybe for the one you just shot, we'll end up with an extended cut on Hallmark Plus or
Exactly.
somewhere. Now they started doing this, so
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
Yeah, I think like the one of the Three Wise Men one and the
Yes.
Grand Ole Opry one have like longer versions on
Oh,
Hallmark
that's
Plus.
fantastic. I had no idea. Thank you for
Yeah.
telling me.
Yeah, yeah. And apparently, I haven't seen the Grand Ole Opry extended
Sure.
one, but there's
Yes.
scenes that were shot in Kansas City that did not make the movie, so I have to look for them now
Oh
in
my
the
gosh, that's
extended.
adorable.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
knowing that.
yeah. So who know, maybe you need to pitch into the
Yes,
director of your upcoming movie,
exactly.
like we need the extended
You
cut.
need the extended cut.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. We'll watch it. And if my math is correct, this is your 17th Hallmark movie. I counted on IMDb, so hopefully I
Thank
didn't miss
you.
any. I counted 3 times, so I should be good.
Oh, you're so
Uh,
sweet.
how did you start with the network and what make keeps you coming back
I
to make
love this network. And I don't say that lightly. I mean, you get it. You love it. I don't want to
Mhm.
put words in your mouth, but we were
No,
sort of
yeah.
talking before like, Hallmark's the best.
Yeah.
I think there's a reason they just celebrated their 25th birthday.
Mhm.
And all you have to, I always say this, you just got to look at the news. Just turn it on for like two
Mhm.
seconds and go, oh, I know why the Hallmark Channel exists. It's
Yeah.
like there's so much devastation in
Mhm.
the world, that I think it's so important that we still have these stories where everything works out.
Yeah.
And I think when I had the pleasure of doing the Hallmark Christmas Con, a lot of the people that we met sort of said that. It was like they were experiencing something sad, some loss, something, or even just very difficult jobs. Like a lot of them were like hospice nurses or people that have these jobs that are unimaginably
Mhm.
challenging.
Mhm.
So to be able to provide these people any kind of escapism to a happy ending,
Yeah.
it's the best.
Yeah.
I also think that Hallmark is heading in cool directions. I think it's really exciting. I have a lot of respect for like the actors that are sort of at their top of the game, at the top of their game at Hallmark. I think they're
Mhm.
doing really cool things
Mhm.
for the network.
Yeah.
And so for me, Hallmark has always been something I've known and loved. And then when I stepped in just in like a tiny, tiny little role, and to watch those roles consistently get bigger, it has been the most unexpected and wonderful joy of my career to date, for sure.
Yeah, and if I can just say so I got the chance to get a quick picture with you at the Hallmark Christmas
Oh
Experience last November.
my
Yeah,
gosh, I'm so sorry. It's such a whirlwind that I
it's
didn't
crazy.
remember. I'm
No,
so
of course.
sorry. Oh, I
Don't,
feel
I
like
didn't
such an
expect you to remember.
asshole.
But
Oh,
what I really liked is I launched the Instagram for the podcast
yes.
on the final day of your weekend on the
Yes.
Sunday. And that's the day you shared. I remember a post with you reading a letter about
Oh,
your
yeah.
experience. And I loved that Instagram post and it reminded me, I launched Instagram that day. I said, this is also what I'm doing this, just
Oh,
this
you're
Hallmark
so
community and what it
exactly.
means. Yeah.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, that's so sweet. I totally agree. There's so much goodness in the community and a
Mhm.
lot of like a lot of communities are quote unquote like fandoms. It's not like that.
Yeah.
Hallmark's very, very different.
Mm.
And it feels like this very mutual, beautiful exchange of like love and kindness that is so deeply fulfilling.
Yeah.
You and I were speaking the same language. I get it. Like
Yeah.
that being a part of that community, it's the best.
Yeah, and I'm living in Kansas City. I'm able to be there at every weekend, like every night at the Christmas tree
Oh,
lighting, and you meet
oh,
so many great people and just share about
agree,
your favorite movies, the movie that
agree.
you just watched, and all that. And it's so cool that we get to do all this and meet you guys at these
What was your
events.
favorite part of the of all the weeks that you went? Do you have a standout moment?
So I think I just posted a video reviewing the Grand Ole Opry movie from Nikki DeLoach,
Yeah.
and I also posted Andrew Walker was there 2 weekends, so I met him the previous weekend, the weekend one, and weekend two he was there, and Nikki and him were going to light the tree. Andrew sees me in the crowd, hugs me like, "Hey, how are you?" All that. I said, "Well, you commented on my post." Then Nikki shows up, sees me, is like, "You're the guy who reviewed my movie." Give me a big hug, and we start talking. And everyone's
Oh,
like, "Do you know Nikki?" I'm like, "No, she just saw
oh,
my
that's
review
so
online." So,
sweet. I
yeah,
love that. And that really is what that convention's like. And not all conventions are like it. Like there's these
yeah,
people, and that's what I sort of said in my, letter that I read out. It's
yeah,
like the actors that are coming to those, like we have the best time
mhm, yeah,
getting to walk around and to meet everybody. It is so fulfilling. That is so
yeah,
lovely. I'm so
yeah.
glad you got that experience. That's so
And
nice.
everyone's just so nice. And the year
Agreed.
before, the first year, I was telling Andrew Walker again, like, "Oh, I wish my mom would be there. She loves you." Said, "Well, do you have your phone?" And he made a video in French for my mom. So
Is he
yeah,
a real person? That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
Like, wow. And
yeah,
I feel the same way. And I spoke about that on my one of my panels
yeah.
where Andrew was in one of the first Hallmark movies I did,
Hmm.
and I played a very small part, and I was his sister. And he went
Yeah,
out of his way to be so nice to me that he is one of those people that like none of it's forced. He's just nice to everybody in a way that is like above and beyond and can make your whole day. Yeah, he's amazing. He's an amazing
yeah,
human being.
yeah. You mentioned your movie with him actually. It was
Yes,
the 27-hour
yes,
day. Yeah.
yes,
So you mentioned you played his sister, so kind of
yes.
like how do you call it? Like not the lead, I
Supporting.
felt
Yeah,
second supporting. I
yeah,
couldn't find
yeah.
the word. Sorry. So how does it
No,
feel to go from supporting to like lead at Hallmark?
it's a dream. I think it's the way that everybody should do it because it gives you a sense of gratitude that I like you had to work for it kind of. I completely respect like some people just get handed the lead and you deserve that too. That's wonderful. But it's like I think everybody should work in hospitality too. It teaches you a level of like just how to be a good person
Yeah.
and how to be kind and how to respect others. Um, yeah, it was. I remember being those supporting roles and watching the leads. Natalie Hall was another lead that I worked with, and she is like the sweetest, nicest, most beautiful woman on the planet. Another example is like she was so nice to me and continues to be so nice to me and so supporting of my growth in the network.
Mhm.
But yeah, I would look at somebody like Natalie Hall or like Andrew Walker and go, when I grow up, in big time quotes, we're the same age. But like if I get to grow up and be in their position, I want to be like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a great lesson in how to be on set and how to make everybody feel.
And it's so cool for long-time viewers like me who we start seeing you like recurring in some movies. You play the sister, the best friend, and like,
Yeah,
oh, you're the lead of a Christmas movie, and then
I
you're the lead of
know.
a spring one, and you keep getting those movies, and it's so cool to see you grow.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot. And that has been my experience. It's like I feel very supported in the community. Like
Mhm.
when numerous people found out that I was doing the movie with Daniel, it felt like people were just so genuinely excited for me. They were like, he's a really good, like, he's one of the Hallmark It Boys. Like, good
Yeah.
for you. I'm happy for Rhiannon.
Yeah.
So it to be supported within the community that you work in, it's just the best. It's the
Mhm.
best.
Yeah, and you have the whole "When Calls the Heart" fandom
I
with
know.
supporting you for this movie, like even more than I mean, people already supporting you, but you have the ones that maybe that
Exactly.
just watch "When Calls the Heart" to be like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch this movie."
Exactly. And same and I sometimes even forget about this job, not in just in that it was so long ago. We were doing like a junket yesterday and I met a lovely person that was interviewing us and
Yeah,
she was like, I'm a postable. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot I'm a postable too. Like it's
yeah,
just The best,
Yeah.
the best.
So cool to have fandoms that might be just watching one part of Hallmark that tomorrow be
Exactly.
like, oh, I like that person. I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
watch
come
that
to
movie.
it.
And
I
yeah,
totally agree. Yes.
yeah. And so you are kind of becoming the queen of destination movies. I didn't count all of them, but I think I can like think of four right away in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, what was your favorite destination so far?
I loved, okay, Machu Picchu. It's like unreal. I feel
Mhm.
like I have to say Machu Picchu. Magic and energy that I cannot describe when you're up there looking at Machu Picchu. There is something very spiritual about it. Like whatever you believe, whether it's the universe or Mother Nature or God or whatever, like something's there in
Mhm.
like a really lovely way.
Yeah,
So to get to go there and have that be my office was amazing. I really love the Gold Coast, Aussie at heart. I will always love the Gold Coast, and also Costa Rica was incredible too. I loved
yeah,
all of
yeah. Is there a destination that you're kind of looking forward to for a
want to
next movie
go.
you would like to do?
You know what I want to do next? So I'm more of like a homebody. I like to
Yeah,
be at home. I have been so grateful and have got to see all these places in the world that I never would have gotten to see. That said, I really want to do like a puppies or a kittens or like something. That's what I want
yeah,
to do. When I saw like the Nine Kittens of Christmas with Paul
like
Campbell, I'm
yeah.
like, can I no and not and like the
No,
girl who was it? It was Erin, right? Somebody
Aaron
amazing.
Cahill, yeah, and I thought about another movie with cats with what Kimberly with the Nine
Yeah,
Lives of Christmas,
I
but yeah,
know.
Kittens
She's
was
done
Kimberly made a cameo in Kitten, in
exactly.
the yeah,
Yes, she did too. And my one of my favorite people in the whole world directed that movie. Her name's Lucy Guest. She's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
And so yeah, I want to do I love cats. Cats, cats, cats. I want to do a movie about cats. Please, I'm
okay,
putting it out to the world. Yeah.
okay, we need to make that happen.
Thank
We need
you.
like I think we need one per year. We haven't gotten one yet,
I
so
know.
we need
I know.
one.
Just
Hopefully,
one.
no one gets it for Christmas and it wasn't you. Hopefully, I don't know
If
what's
there's
coming up
another
for Christmas.
cats movie for Christmas and Kimberly does it again, I'm
You could
kidding.
play Kimberly's sister in it or something.
Totally, totally. And again, she's another person I really, really liked her. I
Yeah,
she made me, and I don't think she'd mind me saying this. I was a little bit intimidated by her. Like she's so beautiful. She's like this statuesque,
yeah.
gorgeous human,
Hmm.
who's like so funny and smart and all these things. Like when I met her, yeah, I was very nervous, but she's
Hmm.
also very nice. Like she was
She is.
very, very lovely, and I loved watching her. She was somebody that I loved watching interact with her fans. Like
Yeah.
the love was very, very mutual between her and her fans. It was
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, I know this isn't about me, but you talked about her being so nice with the fans. The first year of the Christmas experience, I was actually in line to meet Andrew before he made the video for my mom, and Kimberly was just walking around outside, and I couldn't leave the line, so I just yelled, "Kimberly!" And she came to us, and we were like in ropes, like we were in
Yeah.
line, and she just got over it. She's like, "I'm tired of these things being between us," and she just got super close to us, and that was awesome.
She is amazing,
Yeah,
really. Yeah,
yeah,
oh, that's so lovely. I'm so happy to hear that you had all these great experiences. That's
yeah.
so nice.
And with you last year, it was freezing cold. I think it was snowing when you came out, and you still
Thank
took
you.
the time to take pictures with everyone and all
It
that.
was
So
lovely.
people
It
would
was
really
the
appreciate it.
best. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's best. I can't. I
yeah,
hope. Hopefully, I get to go again next year. Are you
yeah.
gonna? You'll go, right?
So I have tickets for this year for the panels this year, and then I'll go just to the tree lightings every
Oh,
weekend.
love. Oh,
And
that's so nice.
yeah, as this week this year I'll be able to do weekend four. Usually I'm back in France for weekend four for
Oh,
Christmas.
sure.
This year I won't be going for Christmas in France, so I'll be here for every weekend
Oh,
of it.
lovely. That sounds so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. And you mentioned a few Hallmark movies, and I always like kind of to end the interview, ask people what is your favorite Hallmark movie that you haven't worked on that you like watching?
Kittens. The kittens,
Kittens?
kittens.
Okay.
I'm telling you, and I really, I mean this. Lucy Guest is one of my best friends.
Yeah.
She's directed me in a couple movies. I adore her. But I started to watch that movie and I had to turn it off because I was so jealous. Like I just, my every inch of my body wanted to touch those cats and to, because I couldn't handle it. So yeah, that's my answer. I want to do, yeah, cats.
I'm trying to think of other Hallmark cats movie. There's the two with Kimberly, the
Yep.
two the Nine Lives. I don't know if there's another one
I think
for
there is.
use.
I think
There
any cat.
probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So and I don't know if you can mention what's coming up next for you for Christmas, things like that. Is there anything you can mention, kind of tease a little bit?
Of course. Well, you'll be seeing me again probably around December.
Okay.
You can fill that in and what that means.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just very, very excited to continue to, God willing, continue to work with the network. I love it there.
Yeah, I'm excited to to see Aussie at Heart and the Christmas
Thank
one.
you.
The Christmas Cup last year was one of my favorites from last year.
Was it
So
really?
yeah,
Thank you. I never watched that because it got such bad reviews. And I
no,
was like, I can't bring myself. I saw something on YouTube the other day that it was like, it's the worst Christmas movie Hallmark's ever made. And it's
why
okay, we can't win them all.
I like the small town. I like the competition. I like the bonding between everyone. You
Thank
had
you.
the When Calls the Heart people dropping in. Another
Exactly.
you keep working with When Calls the Heart
Oh,
people.
and they were all amazing, like Natasha, Ben. Yeah, great, great. I loved making the movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved making it. But yeah, I didn't watch that one because I was nervous. Maybe
No,
I'll tune in this Christmas. We'll see.
I liked it. I really liked it. It's one of my
Sweet.
at the top of the ring. I don't know where I put it, but it's like
You're so
before like
sweet.
number
Thank
8 or 7.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you. Love
of course. And it was so nice talking to you.
talking
Thank
to
you
you.
for coming here, and to everyone watching, make sure to watch Aussie at Heart either when it premieres. Well, do it when it premieres on Hallmark Channel on August 15th, and then the next day on Hallmark Plus over and over again.
Oh my
And
gosh.
thank you so much for joining me, Rhiannon.
Thank you so much. You're wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.